damn it, god damn it, god damn it, god damn it. Now, this live stream should appear in the YouTube Shorts feed. Um,
Okay.
I don't really know if it is or how to test that, but we'll just rock from here from the point on and just let it fly. Okay.
It looks like it's not.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I see it as like a normal video too, but like
Yeah.
from what I've looked up, it should be in the shorts feed though for other people. Like people should be able to
Okay.
find it through the shorts feed.
Okay.
Just checking a little bit more. I'll go to YouTube Studio real quick just to check. Hmm. Yeah, I'm just not sure. Yeah, I'll figure out more of that stuff later. We'll just keep going from here. And let me log in. Just gonna log in through the other account real quick and just to be there for it. What the hell? Are you still able to see the live stream?
On YouTube?
Yeah.
Let me see. Mm, yeah.
And it's still live?
Yes. And someone commented.
Really? Hello. What they say?
Sophia?
They said Sophia?
No, Sophia's their name.
Oops, my fault.
Or Sophie. I can't read.
Damn, why
Hi,
can't I
Sophie.
see it? What's good, Sophie? I can't Yo, oh, is Sophie still here? If you're still here, can you tell us if you found this live stream through the shorts feed? That would be insanely helpful information. Um Dog, I dead ass can't open the video. I can't open the live. Okay.
Can you do it on your phone?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do it on. It's just not working. Like for me, it's almost as if it doesn't even exist. Can you send me a link to it on Discord?
Yeah.
I kind of feel like if if Sophie/Sophia was able to see the stream, that I feel like it probably is through Shorts feed. Because finding a live stream the other way, like oh, it is. Yeah, it is. It is in Shorts feed. Because I can see the Shorts feed version of it right now. Hey, that's dope. That's dope. That's dope. That's dope. Okay. Yeah, it wouldn't let me open it normally. Hey, what's good, bro? The incredible. I cannot read. All right, I need your help. Yeah, thank you.
Syeds.
The incredible Sayez said so. Okay, so that is working. All right, that's better. And TikTok, I hate you. All right, you subbed. Hey, good looks, bro.
Oh, man. I appreciate it.
Bro, how do I? I don't even know. I tried to like the comment. I'm just gonna pin it. Just
Block them
gonna-
accidentally.
that's something that popped
Oh.
up. That was an option. Okay. All right, back to it. Donkey Kong Bonanza. So
So, yeah,
yeah.
you have any more questions, I guess, about it?
Yeah, so you talked about the difficulty. That was something I was curious about, like how hard is it? Are there difficulty options? Or is it just like
No. No, it's just. Well, I don't think so. I don't think so.
okay.
I mean, there really doesn't need to be, in my opinion.
Yeah, I didn't
Pretty straightforward.
I didn't expect that either. Um
'Cause the most difficult stuff is probably like the puzzle sections. So like, there's no way to scale that, you know. But
eh,
the combat is. I mean, I guess they could make the combat easier if there was an easier mode, but it doesn't need to be. It's pretty simple.
yeah, and I think that I don't think like I don't think Breath of the Wild because I seen the hearts and I was like, okay, there's only like you had I well in this video the person had 4 hearts. That's not your footage, I
Yeah,
forgot.
there are. You get like skill points from collecting bananas, which is cool because Mario Odyssey, I believe, the only stuff tied to collecting moons was like powering up the ship, and once you get a certain amount, like that was it. Like you could just leave, and I don't think it rewarded you a whole lot for getting more moons. But in this one, you get bananas, which allow you to get skill points and unlock new abilities. So I guess if like you want to make it easier on yourself, you can basically select skill points if you're
Yeah.
struggling with stuff. Like you can select skill points that make it easier to do certain things. But skill points also give you different like some different movement stuff. They give you more hearts, they give you more like there's an item that when you die, like you use the item instead of actually dying. So there's like stuff you can do to make it easier on yourself. And then there's like also different outfits as well. I'm like looking at the video now and remembering stuff that I didn't mention. The different outfits give you certain benefits as well. So like there's one outfit that you can put on that like poison does less damage to you or it makes you like swim faster or stuff like that. Just like random things that it improves based on what outfit you're wearing and then you can upgrade those outfits as well. Like there's one that makes your bonanza ability last longer and then you can spend fossils to like increase the amount of time that you have in your bonanza ability based on like
Bonanza
the outfit.
ability. And that's like
That's
your
like the
ultimate.
ultimate.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty
And
much.
you say like yours, like do you choose it?
The ultimate.
Yeah.
Um, you get more of them as you play. Like they're linked to the elders that are on each, not each, but like on some levels. There's like an elder, and they unlock different abilities for you, like different ultimates. And then yeah, you can switch between them whenever you want, and you can uh, you collect gold to help activate them, which is like you really don't need a lot of gold. Like when you're smashing stuff with those abilities as often as you are, you get gold so fast. that it's like you can basically activate your ultimate like back to back to back. It's not
Crazy.
it's not I mean, it makes sense because obviously they want you to have a good time with it without like, spending the whole game in that form and putting it on like super easy mode. So I think it makes sense. And like the first one that you get is basically just a supercharged version of DK where you can punch stuff easier, basically punch through anything in one punch. And then you get like a super punch. And then the ostrich, which I unlocked recently, is just like it gives you a glide mechanic. So it's pretty like nothing crazy so far with those abilities. But they are fun, like because the music's blasting when you use them, and especially in the Kong Bonanza mode when you're just absolutely demolishing everything. That track is like my favorite, the one that plays when you're in the Kong Bonanza mode.
Hmm.
And so, like, usually you switch to that to like get through, a metal wall or something, but then you're still in that mode. So a lot of times, what I'll do is like switch to that mode, get through the puzzle thing or whatever I needed it for, and then just smash all the surrounding area because I can, and just like go crazy because it's really fun to do that.
Is this your game of the year so far?
I'm trying to think of what games I played this year. Hold on, I can pull it up.
You haven't got
I
a
think
chance to play. Wait, did you stream uh Expedition 33?
no, I haven't streamed anything. I also have only played like a few hours of that. So, let's see. What did I play? Did Split Fiction come out this year, or was that last
It
year?
did. Yes.
Split Fiction was a lot of fun. I finished that one. Um, I think Donkey Kong I'm having more fun than in Split Fiction. Although Split
Interesting.
Fiction was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I think Split Fiction's the only one that came out this year that I've played and finished. So I guess yes. I guess the answer is yes because
You
I've
know,
only played two modern games.
I just realized people are leaving this game out of conversation, but I'm pretty sure that this is 100% because if it wasn't available for last year, Marvel Rivals is on the cards. I think Marvel Rivals gets
Ooh,
nominated for Game of the Year,
didn't it? It came out last year, didn't it?
but it came out after the cutoff, so I think it counts as this year.
Uh,
I just think that's
maybe I
interesting.
can see that happening. Maybe I can see that happening.
I forgot what game. There was another game where that happened where like it didn't make the cutoff, so it got nominated for the next year. Um, I wish
Well,
I
I'm just
remember.
saying that like it was easier to like put Overwatch
Yeah,
as a Game of the Year nominee and winner, like back when that came out, because it was such a unique multiplayer thing. But now
yeah.
I feel like, I mean, Marvel Rivals obviously does a great job, um, but like I don't think it's on the same level.
Do you
I don't
think it
know. We'll
gets
see.
nominated?
For Game of the Year,
Yeah.
honestly, no, no. There's been enough like great games so far that I feel like it's not gonna make it, and there's more stuff to come out. Like, yeah, I don't think so.
I could see it. If there's six Game of the Years, I can see. Like I mean nominations. I think that's the number, right? Like because right now, Split Fiction is definitely in conversation. Donkey Kong Bonanza is
Fiction, Donkey Kong,
yeah.
Claire Obscur.
Claire. Yep. Um.
Um,
Oh.
did
Death
Blueprint come
Stranding.
out this year?
Blueprints did come out.
Death Stranding.
Yep. I'm
Oh,
throwing. Yep.
maybe
Blueprints.
Blueprint.
Yep. I think Death Stranding got some pretty good reviews. I think we could throw that in there.
Yeah,
And then Ghost
yeah.
of
I mean,
Yotei. Yeah.
we'll see. I don't see that one getting nominated.
You don't think Ghost of Yotei is getting nominated?
I mean, Ghost of Tsushima didn't get nominated.
It did.
Oh, did it?
It lost to to The Last of Us, as it should.
Then maybe I don't know.
But yeah,
I mean, possibly. We don't really. I think I've given my opinion on what they've shown so far,
yeah,
and it's like I'm not super, excited by it. So we'll see.
yeah. Same. Everyone else
I
seems
don't
to
know.
be excited. I don't get it.
I think it'll be a great game, but it's not like taking any major leaps from what I saw. But maybe Marvel Rivals would be nominated. I don't know.
I'm starting
I
to think
wouldn't.
less and less the more we name games. Like, I think it
There's
was a
also more
possibility,
games.
but I don't. I think it just gets out. Like maybe
I'm
it might
sure
get
stuff
player's
does.
choice or something.
Yeah, it'll get like multiplayer
Oh yeah,
or something. Unless Battlefield is like
yeah. I was
fantastic.
thinking the exact same thing.
I don't think that's gonna happen now. I
Yeah,
mean, not that it's fantastic. I just don't think it's gonna get nominated for that stuff.
yeah. And I completely forgot about Battlefield. I should have had Battlefield up here. We'll probably talk about that on the actual official pod.
Well,
Um,
I mean, they haven't even showed multiplayer stuff. They just showed
yeah,
single
that was
player.
disappointing.
So it's kind of hard to talk about that.
Yeah,
Um, once they show the multiplayer stuff, I mean, honestly, like so much stuff is leaked already that I feel like I kind of at this
yeah,
point the only thing to do is like wait for the game to come out and see how it is
yeah.
because the multiplayer stuff is stuff that I've probably already seen already. So, but I mean, I was playing like 2042 earlier today,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, yeah, man. I mean, if they can basically make this into like a modern like war setting and have high destructibility and better map design, like I'm on board. You know, because 2042 is like it's got the bones of a great game. It's just got a lot of other shitty stuff in it. So if they can take the good stuff from 2042 and put it into what made like Battlefield 3 and 4 great, then like yeah, please give it to me. But we'll
Yeah.
see. I don't know.
And before I switch over, just overall Donkey Kong Bonanza, you're really enjoying it. It
Oh yeah.
seems like I'm assuming it's polished as hell.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah.
Nintendo.
I have had no issues with it at all, and it feels great. It plays great. Sounds great. It's a lot of fun. Yeah.
All right. Switching
If
over
any
to.
Nintendo game was gonna cost $80, it should be Donkey Kong, not Mario Kart.
Oh, really? Okay. Okay.
Not that I'm advocating for that, but
Yeah. Yeah. Of course. Okay. Splitgate returns to beta.
it looks like the feed
It's
is paused. Maybe that's just me.
mine's
It's
still
just frozen.
going.
Never mind. Yeah, I don't know why
Oh,
it did that.
so what do you think about Splitgate going back into beta?
Yeah, I mean,
De-launching.
there were a lot of red flags leading up to this decision. I mean, the fact that they had already laid off a bunch of people like a few months ago,
See, that
and
made
then
sense to me though. It's something I kind of wanted to talk about too. I'm sorry to cut you off, but keep going. I'll go back to that.
well, I mean, they raised a lot of money. I mean, just even at the like from the jump they were doing the annoying worst stuff. Like Splitgate 1, big success, everyone's super
Mm-hmm.
happy. And then the thing that pissed everyone off is that they decided like, hey, we've got this great game that we're not going to support anymore. We're actually going to make a sequel. And so we're going to be spending all our time and money on that. Splitgate 1, they kind of just left it to die, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And it still has like a dedicated player base. Um, but everyone's like, "You've got this great game. Like, why don't you just make it better?" They're like, "No, no, no. We're gonna make a sequel." And then they rushed that out the door clearly because with their decision now, like they acknowledge all the issues. Like it's not as Portal focused anymore. Um, it's less like arena. It feels more like any other shooter at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And that's stuff that they mentioned when they said that they were going back in beta after the full release. Like I don't know, a few weeks ago. Like it was pretty recently. Um, and then they're laying off more people now. So it seems like they just made a bunch of bad moves like back to back. And they're honestly like, well, also, did you hear that they're shutting down Splitgate 1 as well? Like
You
that
know,
game?
I was about to give them applause for it not getting shut down because, so that's funny. Because I'm thinking here, I feel like the reason why they went to Splitgate 2 is because didn't they make Splitgate 1 like in their dorms and shit, like just messing around trying to make a game. Like I
Yeah.
feel like when you do that, and this is just coming off of the little UEFN experience I was going through. I feel like they probably didn't make the game from the ground up in the most like. There's probably a lot of mess. It's like when you have like a. I imagine you have your computer and your monitor and your PlayStation and there's all these wires because you didn't set it up properly and it's all tangled and it's a mess and it's like it works, but you'd have to like go detangle it. And I feel like that is what Splitgate 1 might have been, where it's like, let's just start from the ground up with a game that is built better and built for the future instead of trying to build on top of something that like we made when we had less money and less experience and things like that. That's kind of what I'm assuming that the process was. And
I don't. I mean, if that's the case, then they should have just spent time
updating it.
improving, yeah, the
And
infrastructure of that
and
to
see
make it
that's
more
the
better.
I think that's why I was about to applaud them for keeping Splitgate 1 up because I think that either the game was going to get this full like Splitgate 2 like brand new game treatment, or you do a Overwatch 2 situation, Warzone 2 situation where it's like, or no, my fault, Overwatch 2 situation where it just replaces the original. And I thought that like them having Splitgate 2 was a way of like, doing it both ways where it's like, we if you want to just play the original's still there, but we're gonna make this new version that's just built better and built for the future. But if they're closing down the first one, then I mean, like I
Yeah, no.
like,
Well, I
then
mean,
that
even if the first one stayed up, I mean, they still the decision to completely abandon that game is just silly with the success that they found. Like, just absolutely killing that momentum and then releasing a worse game that people want to play less than the first one,
yeah,
and then shutting down the first one.
I think
It's
that's
like
what it
such a
comes.
it's such a dumb move. It's such a dumb move. And then this isn't even like mentioning the Game Awards stuff where the guy went up in like the hat and just acted like
Poor
a
guy.
douchebag. No, he's not a poor guy. He's an idiot. He's just a dumbass.
See, and that's the thing, because I think like if you I'm gonna speak bluntly. I might make a mistake in what I'm saying, but if you just make a better game, then the way that you were moving would have worked. If Splitgate 2 was just better than Splitgate 1, period, just universally, we people liked it more than the first one, and it was just like a really good game that people just really really liked, and it had staying power, and it was just a better game. Then I think you can go on stage and act like a douchebag, and you can go on stage and act like Kanye West when you have Kanye West level material. Like you can abandon the first game when you've made a game that is just considered to be better than the first one by everyone. Like if you would have achieved that goal, then you could have done that, but you didn't. You didn't
Well, I
achieve
think
that
there's.
goal.
I mean, Joseph Perez, who like gave the middle finger to the Oscars, and that
Yeah.
like that's like punching up a little bit, right? But this guy went on stage and he was like fuck Call of Duty and fuck all these annual releases. Like he was immediately just like tearing other like other games down, which I
Hmm.
get it. Like, they're large FPS games. I think there's a way to be confident without being like cocky, and he was being more cocky than confident, you know. And the funny thing was, like, he went up there to, he was like, we know how to make, you know, first person shooters great again. And then he introduced like a battle royale mode that no one asked for, as if like that was gonna save
Yeah.
the FPS
You're,
genre. He was just being an idiot.
I think one of the biggest problems is that the Splitgate community is not the Call of Duty community. Like, and then you went on stage and you started talking to the Call of Duty community, and I understand the idea, but it's like, dude, like, because with the battle royale thing, is like, who are you? Like, the people that play Splitgate don't want to play battle royale, bro. Like, they're not trying to play that. Like, yeah,
I
like,
think like what happens is like they see the opportunity, like they see the success of the first game, and they see the opportunity to get more players and get more money by making it more widely appealing.
yeah,
And by doing that, you lose the original audience that you had, who wanted that like gameplay that you were offering that was specific to your game. So when you aim for this more mainstream, widespread appeal, then you're not only losing your original players, but you make your game like make what was exciting less exciting about your game, and you just leave it so that it's in a space where it's appealing to no one,
Yeah.
and that's kind of what happened. And
Yep.
that's they're just gonna try to backpedal from here, but I don't know.
Yeah, and I expect them to like, cause they're clearly in the, like, they're from the space, from the FPS gaming community space. They know what people, at least they know what the Call of Duty side of people want. But they know that people want communication. And they're gonna be like, oh, we're listening, and they're gonna do what, bro. You know what's crazy? This is what it was. I almost forgot. They're doing kind of what I wanted Marathon to do, whereas like just go into open beta and be like just listen and implement changes on a very frequent, like I'm talking like a every 2 to 3 weeks you're dropping an update and doing things to the game. Like I think that that's like, what they're gonna try and do.
Problem with that is the the issues with Splitgate are on like a fundamental level. Like the one of the main concerns is that the gameplay isn't as portal focused,
Mm-hmm.
and in order to fix that, you would have to do like a full redesign of every map to either like allow more portal spots or just create new maps that facilitate that type of gameplay better.
What
Because
made
as
the
it is, like,
first?
I mean, just the first one was great because it was really like closer quarters, more arena focused. Splitgate's two maps are more, they're larger and they're more open, and the opportunity to use portals
Hmm.
like isn't as apparent at any given time. Like in Splitgate 1, you were constantly incentivized to use portals to like have that unique gameplay experience and also be creative with how you played the game. Well, in Splitgate 2, it's way more open. Like the maps, you have these longer sight lines, and they're just larger, and there's less like corridors and hallways. Um, so like if they were to do that, they would really have to go from the ground up. So I think if they really want to address these issues, they're gonna have to basically start from scratch in a lot of ways. And then also like the class systems in Splitgate 2, I think a lot of people thought those were unnecessary. Like, why
Yeah, I
wouldn't we
don't
just
like that.
have loadouts that are accessible to anyone? Why do we have to like? Why does everything have to be relegated to like one of three classes?
I'm not
So there's
gonna.
a lot of stuff. That stuff's easier to fix than the map issues, though.
I don't like the art style. I mean, well, my fault. I like a little bit of it. I like the some of the like key art stuff. Like that stuff's cool. But like I feel like I kind of feel like another contributing factor to why this is not working is just like I think it looks kind of ugly. I mean, if you want people to spend money in your shop, if that's how you're gonna be making money is like, cosmetics and stuff like that, then I think, you know, like the cosmetics in this game are looking like those, like it looks like a mix between Warframe and Apex. And
What- That was the other issue is that they were charging like $100 for certain cosmetics, and
yeah.
people really obviously didn't like that.
I mean, and that's another thing. That's because of the community that you built for Splitgate, for Splitgate 1. Like those that community is not used to $100 cosmetics and $100 like bundles and
No
stuff
one
like that.
should have to be used to
But
that
I'm just
because
saying,
that's
like, if
absurd.
this community, because they're still speaking to Call of Duty people, and they're trying to open it up to like to that world, where it's like in that world, people are like no one from that world is complaining about that, but you have
That's not
to,
true.
bro.
That's not true.
Well, my okay,
Anyone can
my
complain
fault.
about $100 cosmetics. Like
People in that
that's
world,
insane.
they'll complain about it, but they're used to it, and they'll put up with it. It's like if I'm like, making Splitgate 2 and I know the type of community I have, I'm not gonna do something like that because, that's just not gonna work. I think basically what I'm getting at is there's like a communication target issue. Like it's like they don't know who they're who they're talking to when they do things. It's like if because call I mean like because Call of Duty, Apex, Siege, like all these other like popular FPS games have crazy bundles that cost, insane amounts of money. Like, and they don't get that type of like it's not like a headline when they do it. You know what I mean? Like with
Well,
this game it's
it's.
gonna be one.
I mean, I don't know the exact numbers, but from what people were saying, like for what they were offering, it was like an insane amount.
Nah,
Okay,
bruh. Dude.
Splitgate.
Yeah, let's figure out
I
what was in
know
that
that
bundle.
I know that other games like charge a whole lot too.
Like I know like Apex, like dude, like they're charging $100 for that heirloom shit. Like you get like one skin. Like it's
They're
insane.
charging
It was
$34 for a Portal recolor in Splitgate too. $34 to change the color of your portal. That
that's
was
pretty
one
bad.
thing.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah. And then there was an
What was the
$80
$80? Yeah, what was that? It
skin bundle.
was a what bundle?
Uh, a skin bundle.
Yeah, I mean like come on.
Um,
Now that $35 like portal skin, I don't know about that. That's just something I'm saying. Unless it was like I can see like if that portal skin was a part of something else that cost $35, then that's typical. I'm not saying it's good, but that's more like, you know, typical. But the $80 skin bundle, like, bro, you gotta know
no,
who
I
you're
get that.
talking to. Like you gotta know what who your community is. Like you can't like, yeah, man. It's like you might as well. Like, I'm not gonna lie. They might as well just made a like. Never mind. I was gonna say they might as well just made a different game, a different like IP, but no, because they're trying to sell it off of the first game's hype. My fault. So they can't do. They could, of course, they couldn't do that. Um, yeah, man. I think like, you know, I guess like the reason why I brought up the look too, because I was thinking about what you said when you said like it's a fundamental issue that they have to change, like they have to rework a lot. I think like I think like if you want to sell more cosmetics, you're gonna have to change the way this game looks. Like you're gonna have to change I don't think this is gonna sell. I'm sorry. Like I don't think people are gonna ever go on Splitgate with this art style and think I'm gonna go spend a shit ton of money
I
on
don't think it looks
like
that bad.
I think
I mean,
it
it's
looks
not.
okay. It doesn't look I wouldn't say like it's it's bad to me personally, but I wouldn't say it's just like, like just I just feel like I, I'm looking at other games and what they sell, and it's like I just don't see this game really selling a lot. Like it doesn't really have that the Valorant, the Call of Duty, the Fortnite. Like they all have their own kind of like angles on how they sell stuff, and I just don't see this game doing. This game is like
Well,
just
Splitgate 1 was originally, I mean, the aesthetic could be described as like more colorful Halo basically.
hmm
And that was also like the outfits as well. This seems to be leaning more into like the spacey sci-fi stuff. I could see them coming up with like obviously I would not pay for any of this, but like I could see other people spending money on cool design sci-fi stuff. Like I think people will spend money on that. But I don't think like when people are making that decision on like what they want to spend money on, it has to be something that they could see themselves playing like far into the future and something that they're gonna stick
hmm
with for a while. So I think that's like the first thing that runs through people's head before they even can get to like, okay, how cool does the skin actually look? You know,
yeah.
that's like step one. And if people aren't interested in that regard, then like they've already failed. And certainly charging, I don't know, 80 like $34 for bundles isn't going to help people make that decision, you know?
Yeah, I just feel like and I'll have to think more on this. I'll pace around about this later, but like I think that when you have a game coming out and that game is gonna like it's supposed to make a lot of money off of like the cosmetics, I feel like the game either has to have some really cool like just aesthetic on its own, or you have to survive off of selling things that are Like, like fucking I'm selling Family Guy skins and fucking Beavis and Butthead or whatever the fuck. Like I think like if Valorant, like when you first show Valorant, right? Like Valorant is cool. Like you want to buy, like I don't want to, but people would
No,
want
no,
to
me neither.
buy. Yeah, but I mean, like it's when I see stuff in Valorant, I do think, oh, that character looks cool. I would like to play as that character. I'd like to use that skin or like that weapon skin. Like when I'm playing, I see other like it's like there's cool stuff in there, and it's like I want that stuff. I might not want it enough to buy it, but there's people that do clearly. I feel like and then there's other games where like I don't think maybe the game at its core is like cool, but it at least has like things that they're selling that are like you know crossover stuff or whatever, or licensing, like kind of you could say like a rematch is they're selling like Puma stuff, like like IRL brands and stuff like that,
Yeah, for
right?
sure.
So like it's just with this game I don't see what part of this game, like I think when we talk about what's cool about Splitgate and what's interesting about Splitgate, it's the gameplay, which is great, but I don't think that like just I don't think the stuff around it, the cosmetic stuff around it, is just I don't think it's cool enough to sell. I'll leave it at that. I know I basically just said that twice, but I don't think it's cool enough to sell. And I think that's going to be an actual problem. Like going because even if you do make the gameplay better, because if you rework the maps and everything and you do whatever you need to do to make the game just really fun to play, I think you know what do people want to buy, bro? Like how are you gonna make money once it's fun?
Yeah, they need just good art design, I guess.
And they have a good bit of it. I hate to be so like me about it, because there's some stuff like that I do think is really cool. Like it's just that the stuff that they were selling in the shop is like, bro, if you think you're gonna make all of your money off of that stuff and like in Portal skins, yeah, bro, I don't know about that, dog. And you have these
Yeah,
weapons and stuff locked behind like classes and things like that. So like if I like a class, it's like, why would I buy a weapon skin for something that's not even in my class or whatever? Like it's just nah, it's weird, bro. I don't think that's good
yeah.
movement.
It's just a lot of like bad bad choices on their part, and
Yeah.
like it can all just be boiled down to like spending more time on the game and like doing what made the first game popular and doing
hmm
more of that. I think that's really just what people want.
You know,
Or like sticking with the first game even. I think people would be happier with that, honestly.
I think it's too late for this, obviously, what I'm about to say, but I heard on the Kind of Funny podcast, they were talking about the idea of Battlefield taking the Call of Duty model where the battle royale is free, but everything else is, in the paid version of the game. I think Splitgate might have been able to benefit off of that. I think that
Yeah.
could have worked, but at a cheaper price point though. Like at like,
Battle Royale is not what makes Splitgate interesting. And
I,
like you could play that and not at all get like the appeal of the game because they're basically trying to shoehorn that game mode into the Splitgate like format, which I don't think would work at all. So like yeah, they could try it, but I don't think people are gonna play that and be like, oh, I need to play like arena modes with more portals. Like
mhm.
those are very different audiences.
I think you're right. I'm just trying to figure out a way that's like, how could they have made money off of the game? Be like, maybe could they have charged for the game itself and it not been free to play? Because Splitgate 1 cost money, right? It wasn't free to play, right?
No, it was free to play.
It was?
Yeah.
Oh well, shit.
Yep.
Really?
Yes.
Damn. Well, yeah, I don't
I
know,
think it's
man.
still free to play for the time being when it still exists.
Yeah, man. RIP to this game. I think this game's done. To be honest. Um,
Yeah, I had a good time with it, honestly, but I
yeah,
mean, not something that I would have gone back to a whole lot.
yeah. I would have went back to it if the
Maybe
skins
it'll
were
be better,
cooler.
but I don't know. I don't know.
All right, I'm going to switch over. Do 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 do. Outer Worlds. Outer Worlds is now 70 instead of 60. Ooh, I mean 70 instead of 80.
Yeah, I wish it
Man.
was. That would make things a lot easier.
Dude, I'm gonna be honest, man. I I remember when they said this game was gonna be 80, I was just like, bro, who's paying $80 for the Outer Worlds 2, bro? Like who's doing that? And I'm gonna be honest, I couldn't even imagine spending 70. So here
Well,
we
you know
are.
what's like really silly about this is
Mm,
that the obvious thought process that went through the Xbox executives' heads was like, okay, Nintendo has announced that they're charging $80 for Mario Kart World, right? That opens up the doors for us to begin charging $80 for our titles. But instead of thinking like, oh, maybe like we could start with a Call of Duty and people would, that
Yeah,
game sells really well, so people would be open to paying that. Like that's an easier price point. No, like what's the next thing we have coming out? Oh, Outer Worlds 2. Yeah, just slap an $80 price tag on that. Like that's the level of thought that went into
yeah,
it. And
yeah,
because of that, people saw the backlash and obviously like they're saying what you were saying, which is like, I don't think this is going to be a bad game, but Outer Worlds like $80, I don't know about that. And if they had just waited like a few months and been like, "Hey, Call of Duty is $80 now," I think people would have been obviously frustrated, but way more receptive to that
yeah,
than a game like The Outer Worlds being $80. And now they've had to backtrack and say, "Okay, actually everything's $70 now. Like we're not gonna charge 80 for anything." If they had just been patient about their greed, like they might have been able to get away with it. But they were so short-sighted and boneheaded about this decision making that now they've had to go back on that statement that they made like I don't know a month ago about
yeah,
how like the $80 games was like market conditions and all that. Like it's just so ridiculous and it's so transparent in how greedy it was to begin with. The fact that they're like, oh,
yeah.
people don't like that. Okay, never mind. $70.
Like,
Like,
bro.
doesn't that affect the quality of your development going forward if $80 is too low? Like, no, 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 we're fine. We're good. $70 now. It's just so
That's
like
actually insane that you put it that
they're
way.
working through like a glass house at this point.
Dude, that's crazy. Because they're really sitting there at first like, oh man, yeah, brother, with the price of making these games, we have to go to $80. We gotta do
Exactly.
it.
That's the way they were selling it.
And then now it's like, oh no, it's fine. We can handle 70. We'll eat it.
I mean, it's always just like uh, corporate bullshit jargon that justifies these types of decisions, and it's always bullshit. But this is just like the most bullshit that's ever bullshitted,
Dude,
because they just went back on it like almost immediately.
why are you like you should have at least waited to see the price of Ghost of Yote before you did this. Like if Ghost of Yote was 80, then you probably could have just stayed at 80.
They
Honestly.
waited like I feel like it was 2 weeks after Nintendo did that they were like, "Hey, we're doing that too, $80."
Oh, I
But it's
think it was
okay.
back to back. Yeah. That is
It's like
crazy, man.
it's
That
like
is crazy.
if your friend jumped off a cliff, would you do it too? Microsoft's like, "Hell
Clearly.
yeah! Like,
I'm like,
get me off
there's
of that
money
cliff
down there. It's the extra $10 down there.
immediately." Yeah, so that's yeah.
Like, what?
Uh, yeah, it's like they see Nintendo doing it. Like Xbox, you are not Nintendo.
You're
Like you
not
can't get away with that
Nintendo.
as easily as
Like,
they
bro, if PlayStation's not selling their games for 80 yet, then why do you feel like you're gonna move? Like, is it take like has Take Two said that they're is 2K? I think 2K is $80. That new 2K that's
No,
coming out.
they're oh, is it
I
like their
think
sports games?
yeah, I think the basketball one is
Oh,
$80.
okay.
Okay,
Because I
I'm gonna
know
confirm that real quick.
people were talking about Borderlands 4 being 80, but they confirmed that that was 70. So
Yeah, which
not
they were testing the waters with that shit. They wanted to see if they can get away with that.
I think everyone's kind of just like everyone's dipping their toe in a little bit.
It seems like everyone's backpedaling, which I find to be hilarious. Pre-order
I
two.
mean, if anything, that's good because it shows that there is an upper limit of what people are willing to put up with.
Yeah, bro, $80 is
And
ridiculous. 70 was already a
yeah,
reach. Like, I don't. I'm
yeah,
gonna be honest, bro.
I still cringe when I see that $70 for a new game.
Like, dude, the I bought Death Stranding, but Death Stranding is Death Stranding. Like, it's the big new
It's worth
Kojima
it too.
PlayStation. Yeah, like, bro, it's fucking Death Stranding. Like, and I'll buy like Ghost of Yote. It's Ghost of Yote. I'm not paying $70 for insert AAA third party
Yeah,
game here. Like, no, like, dude, I'm not paying $80 for Dying Light, Dragon Age, like I'm no, I mean it's gonna have to be like a really big game for me to spend like $70. Now you're talking about 80
Yeah.
for a game like Outer Worlds. Like cause I'm just saying I was already out, so I'm looking around like are like
think
is
it's
anyone spending
also
80? Like what?
it's interesting like how this makes me think about the people who, because obviously they walked back on it because I mean we can assume they walked back on it because of low pre-order numbers, right? And that's why they were like, okay,
Yeah.
well now people aren't buying it. So obviously like we I think are more cognizant of that stuff in that we look at reviews and like see how a game reviews before we buy it, unless it's something huge
And
like
the
Death Stranding
developers.
2 or whatever it maybe. Yeah, like we go into it,
Yeah.
but it seems like they're realizing now that like well not realizing now but it's made me think more about how there's a large part of the audience who kind of just like knows what they want to get and chooses to pre-order it regardless of review scores or anything like that. And now that audience, even though it's like disconnected from the reading review scores and being very like online about this stuff, like even though they're separated from that crowd, like
Hmm.
they still look at the $80 price tag and they're like, oh, even though I was set to pre-order this thing before I even knew the quality of it, like that's too much for me to take a blind gamble on. Even though they're willing to take blind gambles on stuff, that's too much for them to stomach, for something like this. So
Yeah.
it seems like once you get that crowd like not giving you their money, like that's when I think they started realizing that they messed up, because even the folks that don't research this type of thing, that are less like they're following it, that aren't following it like moment to moment, like how's this game looking, like who's developing it, whatever, as deep as we are, when those people start like not giving you their money,
Yeah.
I think that raised some red flags for them.
And also like Microsoft, like you're putting all your games day one into your service. Who was
Yeah,
buying this
that's
game
true.
anyway? Like
That's
really,
true.
like who's buying, like who's hyped for this game that was like I feel like there's only like a few people that never mind, maybe not say a few people because Outer Worlds did pretty well, I guess. So, but I mean, it's like, dude, like, come on, bro, you're already not really selling this game. Like, you're trying to put it onto your service. Like, I don't know.
Well, I mean, that's like that goes into the whole argument of how like Xbox has just devalued everything that they release.
Like,
Like,
bro,
what incentive is there to actually buy anything that
it's
they put out?
it's only the gamers that are exclusively on PlayStation that were thinking about buying your game, and you're telling them it's gonna be $80. Are you crazy? And when does this game come out? This is
I'm not sure
let's see,
actually.
Outer Worlds
Probably
2.
soon. Maybe like
Let's see.
August or September.
Oh yeah, and 2K26, the basketball game, is 70, not 80.
Oh, it is September.
And Outer Worlds 2 comes out October 24th,
That's
right
still
next
got
to Call of Duty. Like, and Ghost, is that in between Call of Duty and Ghost of Yotei? Like, yeah, what a great spot to sell Outer Worlds at $80.
well, I mean, let's be honest. The audience that's playing Call of Duty is probably the Venn diagram of Outer Worlds tier players and Call of Duty players is like two separate circles. So I don't think those sales are gonna affect the other.
I see that,
Um,
man.
I mean, it sucks because this game has been like the only time that people are talking about this game is regarding like how boneheaded Xbox is. Like, I haven't seen anyone actually analyze this game like as a game yet.
Yeah,
All I've seen is like discussions of that like we're doing of like the price and like Xbox and stuff. So I
yeah.
feel kind of bad for them because I'm
I,
sure this game's gonna be like fun, but
hey man,
it's just mired in like the current economic stuff and console bullshit.
yeah, and I'll take it to this point. In Bryson's opinion, like I would never buy Outer Worlds, dog. I played Outer Worlds. I played like maybe like a few hours of the first one for free. I don't even remember how. Maybe it was Game Pass. Maybe it was Plus. I forgot. I think it was Plus. But yeah, bro, I'm I'm sorry. I just feel like I played Fallout 4. I really like Fallout 4, and then I played Cyberpunk. I love Cyberpunk. The bar for these first person RPG things is so high for me, bro. It's
Mm.
so high. I'm not like dude. No.
Yeah,
It's not happening.
I think like
Like
I think they do a good job like narratively and like the gameplay, I would say, at least in the first one, was like serviceable. Like it didn't go anything beyond that. Like it was fine. I'm sure it's better in this one. But I think the thing that differentiates the Outer Worlds from the other games like you mentioned, like Fallout 4 and Cyberpunk, is just like scope. Like these
yeah.
games are gonna be a lot smaller than those games, and they're gonna be more linear and have like less side quests and just not up to the same like production value. Not to say that it I mean this game like looks fine. Like it looks good. But yeah, like we've been kind of spoiled with like large, dense Western RPGs. And so this is like if you want like a scaled back uh like experience in that vein, this is kind of what you're getting. So like the fact that they want to charge like as much as they're charging for it for something that people know is going to be like more reasonably sized is kind of a
Yeah,
tough
bro.
it's a tough ask for a lot of people.
Like, dude, like in the conversations about games that we're having, bro, it's just like, dude, like there's a lot of good games out. We're not in some gaming drought where it's like you're about to sell this and it's like, oh,
Yeah.
yeah, gotta play something. And go, I want a new game. You want a new game? We got like 3 Game of the Year contenders that have already dropped,
Yeah.
along with games that are coming out in the fall. And what would change this conversation a lot for me is if Outer Worlds 2 was a co-op. I mean, like I know that's an insane ask, but that would change it. That would change everything. If they said Outer Worlds 2 is a little bit bigger than the first one, a little bit more content, but it's co-op, I'd be like $80. Hey man, 40. I spend 40. My friend spends 40. We're in there. Like that'd be cool as hell to me. But I don't know, I'm just throwing something out there. Like there's just
I think co-op uh RPGs are hard to do,
I think they're
which is why
extremely
they
hard
don't
to do
do
because we
well.
don't have any. where
Yeah.
where are they at? Like,
I mean like MMOs, I guess. But
dude, could
that's a
you
whole different
imagine
thing.
if Outer Worlds 2 was co-op? Or like if Starfield was co-op or something like you know what I mean? Like dude, that'd be insane.
Mm, that's what Fallout 76 is, and I don't think anyone.
Mm.
I mean, some people are into that,
S-
and they
It,
made it better. But
and
like,
that's what I'm getting. I think it's the quality level because it's like you go from like Skyrim to Elder Scrolls Online, like you're gonna feel it. You're gonna feel the
yeah,
difference. Like I want Skyrim co-op. But I bet
I
you.
mean, the
Oh,
closest like, I mean, I've been playing Diablo, and that's been a fun co-op experience,
Diablo is cool.
and also like, Borderlands is a fun
That's what I
co-op
was
experience,
thinking. I think that's the closest to what I'm asking for. Cause
but those aren't like very narrative focused. In fact, they're like really not narrative
yeah,
focused at all for the most part. So
yeah,
it's a
what I'm
fun game.
asking for is very difficult. I ain't gonna lie. But that would make me spend eighty
I mean,
dollars. I would feel that
Baldur's
difficulty.
Gate 3 did
Boom,
really
there it
well.
is. There, boom.
They're like,
But that's Baldur's
I
Gate
mean,
3.
that's like a once in a
Yeah.
generation thing. So
That's Baldur's Gate 3, man.
yeah,
And I promise you, that next Larian game that's coming out, if they say like, yo, this game's about to be bigger than Baldur's Gate 3 and like it's our next big game and it looks like a step up. Yeah, not even a crazy step up. It just looks like a decent step up. Bro, take my $80. Me and my
oh,
friend are
I
about to be
mean,
on there day one.
they're gonna be they like. What's crazy is that Baldur's Gate, like I had it on my radar like long
Mm-hmm.
before it released because I
Mm-hmm.
enjoyed Divinity 2.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but that game like released, and I feel like it definitely wasn't as popular as like people know it now. Like
Mm-hmm.
that was strictly like word of mouth and like people talking about it, and
Yeah.
then it became this phenomenon that won Game of the Year, right?
Yeah.
Like so now that Larian, like people know who Larian are
Mm-hmm.
and know the quality of stuff that they can put out, like their next game is going to be insane. Like
Insane.
from a sales perspective, like it's going to do super well. Um, but yeah, like even the stuff like from Divinity to Baldur's Gate, like the improvements there, like it has me hyped for their next game. Like just the freedom that game allows you to do, like narratively too, and on the gameplay side.
Oh
I
my.
mean, it's just crazy. It's just crazy.
I just realized. I just realized that I have not been looking at chat this whole time, but I don't think anybody said
No
anything.
one said anything.
Okay. um, but yeah, man. Yeah, bro. Well, I think I think that's the stream. Yeah. Quick little
All right.
convo.
Cool, cool.
All right. Well,
It works. We've streamed.
we did do that.
Done it.
I like YouTube. Um, all right, stopping the stream. I don't have any other outro.